But yeah, just I feel like that just having that one mechanic in would make this a much better experience for me. So I might actually go look that up and just have that list handy in the future to know like what the recommended level is. And I'm kind of mad that I'm gonna want to do that. Because like that's not something that's in the game already. So that part of the player experience is a manufactured experience. Does that... I don't know if that makes any sense, but I will try to explain what I mean by that when I get into the next dungeon. So, the game is not designed with that in mind. The game is clearly not designed with the user knowing what the recommended level is until later. So that sort of thing is not part of the intended player experience. And I'm trying to play this game blind. So having to actually look up that information in order to enjoy the game means that I'm not getting the experience as intended, and I'm not getting it for something that could easily be solved. Eerie Impulse is a move that I have seen so rarely that I don't even recognize it. Anyway, so I'm not getting the gameplay as intended, and I'm not getting it for a reason that is, in my opinion, quite silly. And that being that the game just doesn't think to have that whole recommended level thing until later. Or whatever I want to call it. So I know, like, in when I was doing the playthrough of Pokemon Legends, there were definitely times when I just decided to look up information. And like some of it was like, how do I evolve this Pokemon? Where do I find the next Wisp? And some of that was definitely just like, I didn't want to spend a few hours trying to look up that information, especially since I would be doing that on stream. But that was the thing, like in that game I felt much more confident about being able to do stuff off stream because one, it doesn't force you to autosave like this game does, so it's like I literally could look up where the things were and then just turn off my game and lose that time, gameplay time. Whereas, oh, I have a chair bear. Anyways, I just realized I'm using Dinner, a flying Pokemon, against a... oh, never mind. It's fine. Yeah. Oh my god, just step on this... yeah. So with Legends, whenever I was like looking up information off stream or doing grinding off stream, if something happened off stream, then I could just turn off the game and save it for when I turn the game back on. In this game, because it forces you to have the autosave turned on, anything that I do off stream is going to be, well, autosaved. So if something big happens, then I'm kind of SOL. What's over here? There's a room over here with lots of items, and I'm curious. Oh, thank you. Had to fight 2 monster houses, but you did get an XP boost Lapras from the gummies I got. Congrats? Congrats, I guess? But yeah, those are my thoughts with this game. It forces me to autosave, which is a mechanic I don't like already. And I understand why it does that, it's just I don't like that mechanic. I am stuck in this dungeon, by the way, until I finish up, but this is the last floor, so I think it shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, see? Here are the stairs. But yeah, just overall, the reward is random depending on the level. That would make sense. Oops, 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 I didn't want the departure gate. Let's check. Nope. Revive? Can I do that? Did you get a password? Because I think I need to put in a password too. This is a terrible method. Yeah, I need that password, apparently, in order to revive. Again, this game has the most complex password system I have ever seen for a game. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb that it's so complex. So, oof, yeah. So, I mean, I can continue to talk about my issues with this game again, but yeah, no, it just 90% of my issues could be solved quite easily, and I'm mad that I'm going to have to resort to it because it's not a gameplay as intended, and I'm pretty sure that any list that I find is going to give me some amount of spoilers. With Legends, I didn't mind doing that as much because, well, one, anything I did off stream, if it was fairly important, then I could just lose the progress, so to speak. I wouldn't necessarily be happy about it, but I could lose that progress. And it definitely did give you indicators of like, oh yeah, Here's a plot point. Mai is a very important person. Don't go near her unless you want to start that. Whereas with this game, it doesn't do that. So that's why I'm not entirely happy with this game. Now, could the sequel, so to speak, I don't know if it actually is a true sequel, be better? Maybe. But that would depend on Nintendo deciding, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company deciding like, hey, we're in a lull period, I guess. Let's bring back the next Mystery Dungeon game. And like, I don't know if they've worked out the mechanics that I don't like with that game either. But yeah, this is literally the most complex. Okay, no, this isn't the most complex password system that I've seen, but it's overly complex for a children's game made by Nintendo. And at least for me, it's needlessly complex. Like, the mystery gift codes are not this complex. I think that's where I have the problem. The mystery gift codes that you get for like downloading a Pokemon are not this complex. I'm pretty sure there are passwords that I have that are less complex than this. Like, whoever came up with this should not be programming Pokemon games, they should be programming security systems. So yeah. You are back. I did not receive a message about the password. I've just been complaining the entire time, so you didn't miss much. Anyways, I'm gonna go do a very quick dungeon. If you can send me a picture of the code. Okay? So I'm gonna go do Tiny Woods real quick. Did you? Oh, I just received it. Alright, thanks. So, well, I didn't get that message in time, unfortunately. But this dungeon isn't long, so... And I'll make use of the B button, which I rarely do, so... Oh, right. There's a sun there. Okay, thank you for screenshotting it. That, Again, there are definitely some mechanics in this game that I don't think are good. And now, stuff like the story and the pacing, that's the sort of thing that yeah. The story and the pacing are things that I'm willing to chalk up to, like, the game being the first one in the series. They hadn't quite figured out how to do the pacing yet. The stuff like that password system being so complex, and yet, at the same time, you, the person who rescued me, can't seem to go back and find the password again. That's a very flawed system. So, we're gonna go to get help. I'm gonna switch to that scene, which it does not have my Mimikyu, but never mind. And I'm just gonna put in the password. But yeah. there's stuff like this with this needlessly complicated password system, and yet at the same time they can't tell me what level of Pokemon is recommended. Oh, shit. Again, this is such a stupid password system. They can't tell me what is the recommended level of Pokemon before I go do a major plot point, or they can't tell me what the recommended level is. They can't tell me what the recommended level is anywhere. Is like, that's a mechanic flaw that if that's from the original game, they should have ironed that out. And that's how I feel about remakes. Remakes should improve upon games. Like, if you're going to go through the trouble of remaking a game... Oh, shit. Ugh. I almost put in the same password part twice. If you're going to go through the trouble of remaking a game, then you should take the time to, like, improve the player experience. And at least for me, like, these are parts of the player experience that I don't like. Now, maybe they are parts of the player experience that other people like. I personally do not. Some of it is you have an unused data pointer in your game, and that's just wasteful programming. Like, that's the sort of programming that would not have been allowed in older games because they just would not have had the data space to do that. Like, the original Pokemon games are held together with prayer and programming because they didn't have the space. Anyways, here we go. I got rescued! Thank you for the rescue. Yeah, we're just gonna leave. Yeah, so I feel like remakes of games should improve upon the player experience. Rather than... Okay, that is the question of remakes. Is it more important for a remake to be loyal to the original game? Warning! Even while we do this, that falling star is coming closer and closer. The Sky Tower is one harsh place. But I'm not giving up. Let's give it our best, Timothy. Yeah. That's the question with remakes. Should remakes be loyal to the game as be original to the original? Should remakes be loyal to the original game and new players have to play the game as intended? Or shoot, I just realized what I did. I didn't check my bag. Because up in the corner there's a whole lot of items, but more importantly, I came in here because I want the boxes. Monster House! That's what I thought. Oops. So... Oh, I have... Huh. I thought I had some... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Haha. That doesn't work on me. Oh, but that does work on Dazzle. Yep. So... Oh. Yep. I think I'm gonna need another rescue. I need another rescue. Oh, man. This is great. We're just going to do internet because it's stupidly quick. Let's just do a special thank you. Okay, the request has been sent out to bulletin boards. It's the Quackers. Hey, guess what? I need to be rescued again. I did not check my bag to see that I had anything that would revive me, so yeah. But again, that's some of what it is for me with this game. Is it could be a fun experience, but there's definitely some parts of it that make it not fun. And some of the things that make it not fun for me are mechanics from the older game. And that brings up the question of what is better? Should remakes of games be loyal to the games that they are remaking? Or should they try to improve upon player experience? And then the question is, what sort of changes actually do improve player experience? Stuff like the game giving you a recommended level for only 2 dungeons of the game, while that data pointer exists for all of the other dungeons. And you can see that based on the card. Shoot. Yeah, like you can see that there was something intended and they didn't put it in for most of the levels for some reason. And yeah, it's again the question of what's more important for the player experience and what sort of things would improve upon the player experience. For me, one of those things would be putting in the recommended level so that players know how much grinding they need to do when they get to a major plot point like that. And again, that's That's why I feel like... That's also why I feel like ORAS, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and even like Fire Red, Leaf Green, Fire Red and Leaf Green, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, even Pokemon Yellow, for that matter. These are all remakes that improved upon the player experience significantly, in my opinion. Whereas other games, which I have mentioned before on this stream, were too loyal to the original game because creative liberties were not allowed to be taken. And I feel like they detract then from that, because it's like, well, if I want to go play the original game, then I'm gonna go boot up my DS. And that's how I kind of feel about it. If I'm right, this one does... Yeah, this one doesn't have an ability. Let's check this. Thank you, Dazzle. Thank you. But yeah, just... I mean, okay, that's actually a question I have for you. Since you're familiar with both this game and the original, do you feel that it improves the game? Did all the Pokemon disappear? Oh, hi, Slip Bisque. Huh. Okay, what on earth do I have in my bag, then? Oh, I have all these plain seeds. I hate the plain seeds. They just take up so much space. I'm gonna throw that. Like, I had so many things I could have used for this, but didn't have the time. Didn't have the time. Anyways, I need Geodude to stop picking up plain seeds. But yeah, I have opinions about this game, and not all of them are favorable. You played Explorers of Time? Okay, that's fair. But then here's my question, I guess. The mechanics... That's interesting. Oh, come on. Come on. No. Do I need this chestnut, actually? Oh, no! Ugh. Dazzle, come back here! So yeah. That's my general opinion. But, alright, but anyways, Dazzle, you know how I feel about this game. You know my general main problem with this game is the singular mechanic of not telling me the recommended level for dungeons so I can actually do grinding in relative peace. Is that something that was fixed in Explorers of the Sky or not? Oh my god, what is going on with all these traps? Waterfall was sealed, what? Well, I'm going to continue to control Dazzle for that. Oh my god, why are there 2 training tiles in here? Oh, nope. Unless it was a special one, you just had to go and pray. So... Alright, so that does tell me that it really is a intended experience to not know recommended levels before you go into a dungeon. So I have feelings about that, and they're not positive ones. So yeah, like, I will have to, before my next stream, I have to do 2 things. I have to do a lot more grinding, which, again, that's going to be something that I do offline. Just because if I'm going to be grinding, then it's not something that I have to think too much about, so I'm going to be listening to something else. So one, I have to do grinding before the next time I stream. Yeah, let's just leave. Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to do grinding next time I stream, and I'm just gonna go ahead and try to find the list that I'm looking for, which is just a general sort of recommended levels before I enter for dungeons, or something like that. Something to that effect, just so that I'm not having this conversation again and again and again, because I'm tired of it. I mean, I'm all for people voicing complaints. There are some complaints that I don't consider to be great complaints. Like, again, like, I wouldn't even consider this one to be a great complaint. It's something that upsets me, but not necessarily other people, and I can respect that. But it's still... It takes away from the experience for me. It takes away from the experience for me if I have to look up this information separately so that I'm not making dumb decisions while on stream. And that could be some of it, is that I am streaming this game instead of, well, not streaming it. Would I be Would I have fewer cares if I weren't streaming this game? Maybe. Okay. Yeah, would I have fewer cares if I weren't streaming this game? Probably. You still have everything to prove. Best of luck. Great message. Oh look, it's another invitation. I'll just buy that. Rare quality orb. Okay, that's interesting. I don't have space for it in my bag right now, but it's interesting, so I'll come back later. But yeah, it's... I know you too well. You're not about to ever give up. The fight's only begun. So it is a little bit interesting to know that you do get a different message if this is kind of like your second time going through a thing. I've got so many recall orbs and they're not even useful right now. Like, all I really should carry around an escape orb. Will I? Not yet. Moving on though. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I have some opinions and yeah, just yeah. Oh, what do you two say? Because I rarely come.
You'll get it done next time, go for it. You must take another challenge. You have my support, please don't fail us.
Yeah. So, like... Again, I guess the real question is... like, what's more important for a playthrough? Is it... Well, for example, this one has 14 floors and 5 requests. Oddity Cave just goes down and down and down. That's interesting. Want me to send you a list of camps that will help you? It's not the camps that I want. Again, like, my main issue with this game isn't the camps. I'll buy those when I get to them. My main issue with the game is that we have this part that says initial level, and that easily could be helped. What I'm looking for is just like a recommended level list. Like, what's the recommended level for Oddity Cave? What's the recommended level for Frosty Forest? And stuff like that. Because I feel like that's the sort of information that should exist, but it doesn't for some reason. And I just generally have the opinion that escort missions. I generally have the opinion that something like that would have been an improvement to... Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Now I actually have to fight that Pidgey. Ah. It's for mons that can help you. I know it's for mons that can help me, but again, my main issue with this game is not that. Like, that's not the part of the game that I'm having the issue with. The part of the game I'm having the issue with are the dungeons. The initial level is quite useless, not gonna lie. And, okay, initial level is useless, as you have said. It didn't need to be useless. I am going to hate this execute client so much. Oh my god. Those AIs with non-friendly fire room ranged moves for you. That is also why I hate the eggs. Yep. But yeah, like, for me, a list of the camps is not useful because, like, I even know how much the camps are. And that's just kind of a matter of grinding money. Which will take time, but if I really wanted to do that, I could try to play this game for many, many, many hours. Will I be happy? I mean, I could. I could finally watch the new Spider-Man movie. Since that's out on Amazon Prime over here. Oh, right. But, yeah. There are definitely some parts of this game that, because I am playing them online, it's going to change the change the player experience. I keep wanting to say user experience, which is also a valid statement, but again, in this case, it's the player experience. Let's just say initially when you enter. Okay, so that's what initial level means. But again, like, that's something that it's there to spite. It is there to spite. Yeah, the initial level thing is there to spite me. Its existence upsets me on so many levels. Because as it is right now for, what, 90% of the game? It is a useless data pointer. And I'm still a Gen 1 player. Like, that part is not going to change that. And for me, what that means is, as a Gen 1 player, okay, not necessarily as a Gen 1 player, but as someone who has some idea of coding stuff and just how difficult those games would have been to code, having useless data like that is, well, it's useless, it's pointless, and it's wasteful. Because if you're not going to do anything with that data for most of the game, why do you have it? So, yeah. That's just kind of my general opinion. I feel like this remake... I feel like, for me personally, with remakes, and I don't know if you agree with that, with this sentiment, Dazzle, but my general opinion with remakes is that they should improve the player experience in more than just graphics. They should bring something new to the game that wasn't in the original, and they should make it a better game to play. Can I say goodbye to the... I cannot say goodbye to the client. Yeah, goodbye, Weedle. Great. But yeah, there's a lot of things with this game that I don't agree with how they did, and it's taking away from the experience for me. And because it's a remake, and because my main problem with the game continues in the sequel, I don't know how likely it is that I will play the sequel for any reason beyond the story. And if I'm playing it for the story, I might be playing it offline then. Just because there are enough points in this game where I am getting very, very frustrated. Like this. Yeah. So that's just kind of my opinion about this game right now. I'm just here to experience games I wasn't able to experience as a child. I guess that also helps because ignorance is bliss, and I cannot complain too much because I know nothing about it. Here's the thing, I don't know anything about this game either from the original game. But what I do know from playing other remake games, I've been able to form my opinion about remake games in general. And that sort of thing. And I know what sort of features I prefer in games. And like one of the main features is not having to go to alternative sources to get something that would improve the gameplay significantly. So we can take a minute and talk about that, but again, like, I didn't play this. I don't have nostalgia. Huh? Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh, God. The post-game is much more fun, pacing is better, main story is hell with the impossibly long dungeons. Yeah. So, like, that's the thing though, is that I have to get to the post-game. But again, like, the story is not something I'm gonna comment about too much. Because I recognize that part of the game was the first part of the series, and changing the story that much would actually take away from. I feel like changing the story is too much for remakes to do. I feel like remakes should take advantage of the fact that they can change mechanics in the game instead. That's what I feel with remakes. And that's just an opinion I've made over the years from playing games and playing remakes. And having a brief experience with the sequel for the having a brief experience with the sequel. Yeah, I mean, I did also play this game in 3 separate run-throughs, and burned the data into my brain, mainly because some Pokemon didn't help me moveset-wise. I'm looking at you, Eevee. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just kind of my opinion about this game. And just remakes in general. My main opinion when you're remaking a game and not re-releasing it, you should change a mechanic that makes the game better. And I feel like this game, the main thing that this game has maybe done is improve the graphics. And improving the graphics is not what I would call a significant change. You're making the game prettier. You're not improving necessarily how the player interacts with the world, just how they view the world. And that's what I feel. So improving graphics isn't enough for improving a game. And that's some of my issue now. Like, with all of the remakes of Gen 1, there was a significant change. With Heart Gold and Soul Silver, again, that's a game that I didn't have the nostalgia for, but they did make some changes to the game that made the player experience more enjoyable. You weren't crafting apricorn balls one at a time anymore. You were crafting them by sets. You had the that berry incubator thingy so that you could have a berry tree with you that you carried around. And so on. Oras, I feel like were really good remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. I just kind of wish that they had gone with the Emerald story. But anyways, it's been 2 hours. That's where I usually call it. I bet my arm is going to hurt as soon as I move it. So I'm just going to call the stream here. And next time I play, there's going to be a lot more grinding done, whenever that is. So next time I stream, it might be a different game. Anyways, bye!